Lord, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudrat Montgomery Olatokunbo Kekere Ekun, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, the Honorable Minister of State of the Federal Capital Territory, Dr. Mariam Mahmoud, distinguished senators that are here, the representatives of the President of the Court of Appeal, Presiding Justice of Abuja Division, Justice Hama Baka, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Chief Judge of the FCT High Court, the President of the National Industrial Court, Justices of the Court of Appeal and other judges of other jurisdictions that are here, my distinguished senators, members of the National Assembly, staff of FCT, area council chairmen, security heads that are here, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my Lord, let me on behalf of the Federal Capital Territory appreciate and thank you for accepting to be the special guest of honor and to flag off this very memorable occasion. Let me please recognize my dear sister, the representative of the Attorney General Minister of Justice, Mrs. J.D. Abe. My Lord, let me say clearly for this. Mr. President had always said, how do we work for the independence of the judiciary? How can the judiciary be independent? And he has always said, one of the things that guarantee the independence of the judiciary is one, the tenure of the judicial officers. Just like what the Minister and Attorney General said, the President has done that by amending the Constitution to see all judicial officers at least retire at the age of 70 years. And Mr. President has also said the conditions of service is critical to the independence of the judiciary. That if you want to insulate the judiciary from manipulation, for interference of either the legislature or the executive, that it's important that the conditions of service, one of those conditions of service has to do with their remuneration. Of course, the Minister and the Attorney General has said that one of the first things that Mr. President did was amend the salaries and allowances judicial officers Act 2024, which was just assented to by Mr. President. That, of course, is to give them hope, is to make sure that the allowances and salaries are up to the level that they can say, yes, with all our efforts, that our welfare is being taken care of. Another condition of service that's very, very critical and insulating the judiciary from interference is housing. Housing, every man needs housing, so also judicial officers. And so Mr. President said, listen, it is not every time we talk about, we support the independence of the judiciary. We must show in practice, we must show in action that we were indeed not saying so, but we are doing so. People can see that we are seriously doing that. And Mr. President said, we must at all times provide housing, but that can only be better if you have owner-occupier. And so every judge will know that at the end of the day, I'm retiring from office, I have my own home. With that, it will be difficult for anybody to manipulate or interfere. When you have a home, what are you afraid of? When you know that salaries and allowances can be paid when you are retired, when you know that your tenure of office is guaranteed, that of course, anybody will be firm. Anybody will be courageous to do his work or her work. And that is what Mr. President is really the whole agenda is doing, not merely talking, but showing action. And my Lord, the Chief Justice, let me say one thing today. So many people will be asking questions. Why is the FCT interested in Federal High Court? Why is the FCT interested in Court of Appeal? They should have only ended in FCT. But they forget to, whom are these courts serving? They are serving the people of Abuja. They are serving those who are carrying out their businesses here. They are serving those who are residents in Abuja. It's like when I was the governor of a state, some people will ask, why are you providing houses for the justices of Court of Appeal? Why are you providing houses for the Federal High Court? And I said, if today the building in the Federal High Court does leakages and it's raining, like in those days in Court of Appeal, you see plastic chairs where the assistant judges will not even sit. They will adjourn the matters. Who will be suffering? It's not the people of Rivers State. And we felt that no, we must make our own contribution so that our people will not suffer in terms of having justice, in terms of administration of justice. And so, as far as we are concerned, Abuja is like a state. The only difference is that it has not been named as a state. We are here to render services to every Nigerian who comes here to carry out business or who wants to reside in Abuja. So that's what we are doing. And let me announce clearly to the FCT Chief Judge, yesterday, I've already informed the CJM this morning as we are seated here, that Mr. President has approved for all the judges in the FCT to have their house owner occupier. And that is why in the next year, we're also going to provide at least 20 of these small houses for the FCT judiciary. Mr. President has also approved that by next year, we should make sure that we also provide for the industrial court, so as they also be part of the benefits of the Renewed Hope agenda. So, and now let me bring to your notice, you have seen this land here. When we were looking for where we get such a land to build, and I was driving around looking for empty land, and I got here, I saw this big land. I saw the big post, Julius Berger. So I didn't talk. I called the director of lands. Who owns that land? They said, Julius Berger. When was it allocated? They said about 15, 20 years ago. 15, 20 years ago, nothing has been done. I didn't bother. So I invited the MD, Julius Berger, to come. He came, and we had dinner. I didn't talk about the land. So the next day, he was in the office, and he saw revocation letter as a matter of public interest. So he called me. But I had dinner with you. I said, yes, we had dinner. We didn't discuss about land. But the point is that what we're doing is that how would government allocate land for more than 20 years for organizations to develop, and they're not able to develop it? I thank God they did not develop it, and now we're able to have it. If not, you wouldn't have had this land for us to think about constructing of these magnificent buildings. Now, let me say, and thank the National Assembly, my Lord ECJN, I've never seen people who are so lucky. The budget for this project is not the normal budget where you have the cost is 50 billion, but what is provided in the budget is 1 billion. No, it's not for this kind of project. We have 70% of the budget approved for this particular project, because Mr. President has said, if you know we don't have the money, let us not start it. And that's why we have told the contractor, you have only 15 months. You have only 15 months to hand over well furnished, because our judges must get the best, because they are doing a lot of hard work and good work for this country. But now let me also say, today, we are not going to say, oh, we have flagged it up, but how are you sure that they will give us the CFO? We are going to give the CFO here to the Court of Appeal, to the Federal High Court, and to the FCT High Court, so that they know that as we have given you your land, and by next year, God willing, by the grace of God, and the contractor should know we have mobilized you. We mobilize you under the rain. You must also work under the rain. No excuses of the rain was too much, the sun. No. Work as we have paid. Nothing like rain or sun. We are not going to owe the contractor at all. We'll make sure that this is a pilot project that will be completed on time, and my Lord, the Chief Justice, will also be here next year by the grace of God to come and commission it. And we also believe the Court of Appeal Division, which was flagged up by a predecessor, will also be commissioned by next year to the glory of God. My Lord, you're a very lucky person. God's time is the best. And it's how it leaves that the will of God that it is at this time you will be the Chief Justice of Nigeria when such project is starting. It is not anybody's own making. It is how God has made it. So we'll say once more, congratulations. And we are happy that you are the one flagging it up and you'll be the one that will commission it. Now, Lord, let me take permission from you, therefore, to invite the President of the Court of Appeal, as being represented by the Presiding Justice of the Abuja Division, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, and the Chief Judge of the FCT High Court to please come forward and receive the certificate of occupancy for their various sections. Thank you, and God bless you. All their own areas is 1.68 hectares. 1.68 hectares for the Court of Appeal. All the areas will be divided. They are not living in the same place. We did what we did for purposes of flagging it off. But the Court of Appeal will have their own block differently. Their own gate, their own road. They have nothing to do with that, oh, we are living with the Federal High Court, we are living with the FCT High Court. No. All of them are having their own various sections. So for the Court of Appeal, thank you, my Lord, for giving me the opportunity.